And away we go. It is a live nightcap. It is unfortunate the reason that we have to be doing this, but we're here and we're going to do it because that's what we do. www.galacticfriedchicken.com. Go to the website. They will bring it right to your front door, pretty much anywhere inside the 275 loop, or head down to Dayton, Kentucky. Tell them to pump it up. Save yourself 15% off of your order. All right, boys. It is the NIT selection show. Cincinnati is an automatic qualifier in the NIT on the strength of being one of the two highest net teams in the Big 12 that did not get into the NCAA tournament. They were actually first, and then Oklahoma was behind them in the net, even though Oklahoma was the first team out. So, hi guys, how's it going? We have our first St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. We have our first one seed in the NIT, Seton Hall. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear somebody's sound.
Keegan.
Rookie.
Hold on.
The top left bracket. I love the depth that they don't even just they decided they're not gonna.
They know what they're offering.
Bracket. Yeah, they know the deal. It's the top left bracket. Seton Hall against St. Joe's. The 4-seed LSU against North Texas. Any overall thoughts on the NCAA tournament? I think the only thing that was Virginia didn't belong in. You're on mute, Keith. Virginia didn't belong in. They got in. Other than that, I don't know. I didn't see anything that really jumped out at me. Some compelling matchups. But it looks like a pretty, I don't know. I have a belief because of all the chaos we saw Saturday and Sunday. We're going to see a lot of chalk, Sweet 16 and beyond.
Tennessee has a cakewalk to the Final Four.
Rick Barnes is still their coach, right?
Okay.
I mean, he's terrible in March. Terrible.
I've heard those exact words before as a Cincinnati fan, too. So
okay.
I'm not sure there's any such thing as a cakewalk.
Yeah. Princeton, the number 2 seed in the top left bracket. Our guy, Cade Pierce, plays UNLV. Crap, I missed who was the 3 seed. Providence. Providence was the 3 seed? That's interesting. You guys are very talkative. Can you chip in a little bit?
I was tweeting.
This that UNLV team, dangerous.
If that's what he's going to bring.
I don't know. This kid.
We have our second 1 seed, Wake Forest. They get Appalachian State.
How about a collapse at the end of the year for them?
Yeah.
They go from beating Duke to straight off a cliff.
Did you guys do anything fun for your St. Patty's Day?
I dealt with the crisis. Xavier's in. Wow, they play at Georgia. Huh. That's a little surprising that they got in as an at-large.
Glad to see a Power 5 school, Power 4, whatever we're calling it these days, I'm not even sure, accepting a bid in Georgia. Well done. Since that's apparently the new hip trend. Pittsburgh, what are you doing?
Yeah. I get that you're mad, but go play. ultimately it does come down to this. Do the kids want to play?
That's what it should come down to. I'm not sure it actually comes down to that.
I know, but I'm saying I don't know the specific, like if they decided the kids were like, nah, we're done. Okay. Virginia Tech Richmond as the 3 seed bracket. A little interstate battle. And then Ohio State and Cornell in the bottom left bracket as the 2 seed. And then Tom Crean is saying something very eloquent, I'm sure.
Of course he is.
Did you guys bring my tanning bed? Is that still in the green room? Get that thing fired up for the commercial break.
I wonder what his contractual obligations are by his employer currently in regards to his tanning bed situation.
Now we're probably going to get a commercial break.
When he was at Georgia, Keegan, Tom Crean had to have a tanning bed.
When he was at Indiana.
Indiana.
When he left, or no. It was Marquette because Buzz came in after him. When he left Marquette for Indiana, when Buzz got there, there was like 6 tanning beds throughout the basketball facilities. So that, just in case he ever felt he needed a glow up, he had one close by. What am I supposed to do with 8 tanning beds? Like, what? We're a basketball program. Where do we get rid of those?
Call the cheerleading team and tell them they were just donated 8 tanning beds.
Oh, Garway Dole. There's our guy, Chad.
Is he in the portal?
No, he's Providence.
Oh.
He was just on a highlight.
I think he'll be in the portal.
Kim English has something going there.
I know.
He was such a late bloomer, though.
Yeah. My guess is he's in the portal.
He was the best player on the floor that day by far. And Xavier Booker and Gabe Cupps and Rayvon Griffith were all playing.
I loved him. The only problem, he can't shoot.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got an opportunity to be an elite on-ball defender. 6'3", super long. But it's just hard when you can't shoot, especially at that size.
Will UCLA play in this? Or will they even get in it?
I don't know. I don't know. Their season was weird. I mean, their metric, they were trash against some really bad teams early.
Then they went on a hot streak.
Sure, but your metrics are already toast at that point. So I would say no.
Although with teams opting out, who knows?
Yeah. Look, I mean, I get it. If you're done, there's been some teams around here that I'm sure got to the finish line and were like,
look, Rick Pitino didn't care if his kids still wanted to play. This was the worst. This was the worst season of his coaching career.
He didn't want to coach.
He said, "Fuck them kids."
He did, without question. Oh, the commercial breaks are exciting.
Yeah.
Who you got, Keegs? Who's going to win it?
Tennessee. Tennessee over UConn in the championship. UConn, Kentucky, Tennessee, and I can't remember who else is in my Final Four.
Matt, portal's open for 45 days, I believe.
Starting tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah.
I need to get turned.
So, yeah, are we keeping you up, Keeks? Is it past your bedtime?
No, I just had to do yard work for like 3 hours. So,
well, that all depends on what time. That all depends on what time. All depends on what time Justin Williams goes to bed, seeing as he's at the foot of said bed.
Are you blink twice if you need help?
That's to everyone else, not to you two.
He needs help. Crypt Keeper, what's up, man? I can't. I don't know. Maybe Dalton Connect is different. It makes Tennessee different than they have been because they've lacked some scoring pop when they've had these really good teams. We'll see.
Yeah, he's different.
I've been doing this a lot longer than you. I've had really good Rick Barnes teams in the first round go home quickly.
That would be my luck. I am historically very bad at March Madness brackets. So my first
I used to be pretty good at them, and then I knew too much.
So you just kiss of death, Tennessee, UConn, Kentucky, and what was your fourth?
I'm finding that out now.
Oh, I thought maybe I fell asleep and how long that answer took.
Yeah.
North Carolina.
Mm.
My biggest upset in the first round is, I think it's
Whoever's playing Purdue.
Duquesne over BYU. And I have New Mexico beating Clemson. James Madison over Wisconsin.
Here we go. Top right bracket, guys.
Here we go.
Here we go.
The elusive top right bracket.
I mean, it's always a tough one. And historically, top right has been a beast. It's going to be tough to get out of top right. Indiana State, the 1 seed.
Oh, Terre Haute.
They will take on SMU. Butler, the 4 seed.
Oh, I want to go to Hinkle
Against Minnesota. You know the Final Four for this is in Hinkle.
It is?
Yeah.
Let's go.
So Butler, Minnesota. Butler's the 4 seed. I guess they just don't seed the bottom half of this. They either you assume 4-13 or like 4-5. That's what, yeah, it'd be 4-5. Bradley against Loyola Chicago. That would be a good one.
If you're into Bradley. Wow.
It might be a game to watch.
Wow.
Cincinnati, 2 seed, at home hosting San Francisco. There we go. Keegan, get us all your information on San Francisco immediately.
Rice-A-Roni.
When it doesn't say when it is.
Not yet.
All right. Well, let's go to old KP. (23-10). San Francisco is 70th in Ken Palm. 20th in the country in effective field goal percentage. 40th in defense. Don't allow teams to get offensive rebounds.
Do they turn you over?
Very good around the basket. 2-point percentage is 11th in the country. Turnover percentage is 168th. On offense, 40th on defense.
How are they at shooting free throws? Because we seem to give up an awful lot of those.
37th, 76%.
Well, they'll be shooting about 12 more than us, and we'll probably hit them for about 2 3-pointers.
This might not be Big 12 officials.
I I'm not holding my breath.
I'm
They
just
are-
saying they might not be, Aaron. They might be. We might be stuck with them.
First in the country in block percentage.
Huh.
UCF versus USF. That's fantastic.
Oh, that is great.
Jonathan Mogbo or Mobo, a forward, is their leading scorer and leading rebounder. 14.4 and 10.2 a game.
Okay.
Does not shoot threes.
Huh.
Marcus Williams, their guard, is 14.1 per game. And he shoots 34.4% from three.
Staying in there.
Almost 4 assists per game.
I think
Did
Oklahoma might have passed. They were not.
Yeah, that's crazy. They were a lock. They were a lock to get in.
Yeah.
They're
Utah.
SEC ready. So
I think the injuries ultimately did them in. Where the committee just couldn't.
Good.
If McCullers wasn't going to play, that's not an NCAA tournament team.
San Francisco did lose to Gonzaga in the West Coast Conference Tournament semifinal by 12.
Gonzaga was playing pretty good by the end of the year, so not crazy. But yeah, and then the winner of the Bradley game, if they win, which would also, since they're a 2 seed, they would be at Fifth Third Arena until the quarterfinals, I think.
Who was the 1 seed in that bracket? Indiana State. So they go to Terre Haute.
In the top right bracket.
In the top right bracket, dog. Indiana State, Butler, Bradley, and Cincinnati are the top 4 seeds in that region. That's not a terrible path.
If Mogbo is their center, Mogbo is 6'8".
He's a forward, technically.
Right, but I'm looking at their starting 5. They run 2 forwards, 3 guards to start, at least against Gonzaga. And the 2 forwards were 6'8" and 6'7". So I don't know how they're going to out-rebound Cincinnati. Unless it's just based on speed.
Somebody, I when I tweeted about the game, I talked about the always difficult top right bracket, and somebody wanted to know what makes the top right bracket so brutal. And there's only one answer for that. Hard, man. It's hard. You ever try to win the top right bracket? It's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard. You ever been to Terre Haute?
It's hard. Go through there. It's hard.
It's hard. You ever try to get home from Terre Haute? It's hard. So yeah, Ben, they would host the second round if they won, yeah, because they're the 2 seed. So you host until you're not the higher seed, all the way to the Elite Eight or the Final 4, whatever. Then they go to Hinkle after that. We're playing San Francisco, yes.
San Francisco's got dudes from 4 different countries on their team.
They've always been heavy on the internationals.
A guy from Mongolia, a guy from China, a guy from Canada, and a guy from Ukraine.
Well, they have 5. I mean, UC technically has 4 different countries if you count the United States. Well, Senegal, Lithuania, and Russia.
5.
They just from Hawaii.
Hey, yeah.
It's close. That's almost China. It's almost.
There are some countries that are closer,
right?
Than Hawaii.
It's almost China. I'm just saying. So yeah, there you go. I mean, I don't have too deep of a breakdown on San Francisco yet. Not a team I'm super familiar with. That's the opposite of regional, right? This is the exact opposite of regional.
They lost to Gonzaga 3 times.
Yeah. How'd they do against St. Mary's?
Lost to St. Mary's in January. Lost to St. Mary's in February.
They were 0-8 in quad 1 games this season.
I think that gives us a pretty good idea.
The game in January was a 17-point loss against St. Mary's. The game in February was a 4-point loss.
This should be a team that Cincinnati is favored by more than a home point spread.
7.5.
I was thinking 6.5.
Notable teams declining. Oklahoma declined. Memphis declined. Ole Miss declined.
Penny's got his own shit to worry about without the NIT.
He still has a job. Is he still employed?
For now.
He and
I
Javon
haven't
Howard
seen the announcement of his firing yet.
Thanks, Hunter.
Cautious optimism for this NIT.
Well, the good news is we still get the home. We don't have to travel this time. We get to host.
Oh,
at least
someone just put it in the chat. Josh Schertz of Indiana State is in talks to be St. Louis's next head coach. That was reported 6 minutes ago by Jeff Borzello.
Borzello usually. I thought he'd get a better job too. I'm surprised you don't wait
a year.
It's about to get pretty crazy. I think there's a significant number of pretty real jobs open where there's gonna be movement. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
Well, St. Louis is a tough place to win right now.
And now you got to recruit against Nebraska in that area, getting those kids from the freaking plains.
Yeah.
If Hoiberg's going to pop off.
I haven't heard anything about tickets yet, Hunter. I'm sure they'll release all that stuff in the morning.
We'll talk plenty about portal stuff tomorrow, but I did want to put it out there that I was super excited to see that George Washington III has hit the portal.
George Washington III.
And a little part of me is just really hoping he ends up here.
Does he have an army that marches with him to the portal? And he stops on the land right outside? Brave gentleman.
I almost text you, but then I saw that he wasn't involved with UC. At least they didn't offer him, according to 247.
He visited 3 or 4 times. They were pretty far down the road with him, and he just once he moved to Centerville, it was pretty much a wrap.
Okay. Yeah. Once he moved to Centerville, it's pretty much a wrap.
Mbago's very athletic, big, can change the game on D. I've watched them all season. Give us the George. Break it down. I've not watched.
Move the letters around. Mogbo.
He's thinking Mackenzie Mbako because he's a Hoosier.
Chris is?
No, you are.
No.
His name is Mogbo. You said Mbako.
Whatever. Mongolian kid is on NBA radar. I think that's the kid that played he played with Reed Shepherd and Gabe Cupps.
And Rayvon?
And Rayvon, I think, yeah. He played on Midwest Elite or Midwest Basketball Club. Oh, for Dayton.
Mike Sharav Jamps. I'm not sure how else.
That's him.
How else to say Sharav Jamps? There's so many syllables together that don't belong together.
Yes, that's him.
I don't know how to pronounce any of that.
He was one of those guys that, like, I think everybody was close to pulling the trigger on him, like at the higher
6'8"
major
guard.
level. But he was so thin, and he just hadn't like started
6'8",
developing.
180.
Yeah, he's still not there yet, but he was like 6'8", 135 at this point when I saw him.
He's got like 8.5 inches on me.
Yeah,
and I've got 25 pounds on him.
Yeah, no one
he's
offered.
pretty good.
That's funny.
There was just it was like everybody was close, but nobody wanted to like turn their chair around if this was the voice. Yeah, nailed it.
Oh my gosh.
Zero chance of graduation or whatever in the way.
No. So again, to rehash that for the millionth time, Cincinnati had scheduled for the entire surface to be redone in the arena. And they had to start it by a certain day to get it done by like when graduations, because they host graduations and whatever. They needed the gym back by a certain date. They actually pushed it back so they could host the Virginia Tech game. It was supposed to start like that Monday. They held off until that Thursday to start redoing the floor so they could get it done in time. And it just so happened that they went on a run and they had to play games on the road. Hofstra, yeah, that's why they had to go to Hofstra, was because they had to resurface the floor. Yep. All right. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot else. Any thoughts on Iowa State being the last 2 seed?
They got hosed.
I mean,
They got hosed real bad.
I don't get it. Like, I don't.
How are you the champion of the inarguably at this point, inarguably the best basketball conference in America, and you're treated as if you're the redheaded stepchild at the party?
You were clearly the second best team in the best conference. And
Without
you won
question.
the conference tournament championship.
Correct.
By 1,000 points.
Yeah, it was a lot.
And you're the last 2? That's a little suspect.
Maybe it's because your coach looks like he could be a wrestling coach.
He looks like he could be a wrestler. Like, he looks like that's his shtick walking out to the ring. It's like with the polo and the tight pants and the schmedium. Give me the money.
What do you think about Dayton getting a 7? I saw some people that were like,
maybe it should have been an 8, a 9. Okay. Like,
I thought someone thought they should have been like a 5 or a 6.
oh. No. I think they got generous getting a 7.
They fell off a little at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Let me see. Maybe I read the tweets wrong.
You probably did.
Maybe if you were allowed out of Justin's bedroom.
Okay.
Justin limited. He put the screen lock on his phone, so he only gets so much time on screen time.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm seeing.
I just wanted. I'm rooting for NC State at this point, bringing back the big man at the 5. Just
What, the big fella at NC State?
yeah,
That's a big boy. That's a big boy.
throwback to Robert Tractor Trailer, R.I.P.
I mean, he can move. He's dancing, backing him down, dancing on him, footwork, layups, both hands, little jumpers. He hit a 3.
Give me NC State
all the way to the Final Four.
Well, I mean, I don't want to see their fun run end yet, and I know it comes against a Big 12 team in round 1. Who does Texas Tech have to put a body on that guy?
No. Pop. They're gonna put Pop on him.
Finesse. Mouse in the house.
Mouse in the house.
Do they have the center that pooped his pants? Right.
Oh gosh.
Washington.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Wash them draws. Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know. I don't have a whole lot else. Do you guys?
We've gotten to the point where we're talking about
poop in their pants.
Yeah.
Do you know when the game's going to be?
Not yet.
Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Game time. Todd had it.
Is that
right?
Actually
that's
true?
Awful. That's objectively awful.
Aaron sees something on internet and goes with it.
It was in the chat. They can actually listen to what their people are saying. So maybe they said it on the show. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, it is Wednesday at 9 p.m.
You're busy over here shitting on Todd. I'm giving Todd credit.
That hurts.
You see Twitter account says it's true. Got you, Todd. Thank you.
Oh, so bad.
This is why we don't let Keegan do shows very often.
Okay. Let's see how that strategy of news works for you in your future, Aaron.
I do this. This is my future.
9 p.m. on Wednesday.
We've learned to trust the people here, Keegan.
Yeah. Mainly because I'll yell at them if they're wrong.
They don't generally just throw out stuff that hasn't at least been analyzed a little bit.
That's not how we do business.
Yeah.
Thanks, Hunter. 2.5 hour drive home. Absolutely. Josh, love that 1 a.m. post NIT live nightcap.
Can't wait.
Real.
Oh,
that's going to be rough. Honey, I don't think you can go.
9 p.m.
Yeah.
I'm going. I don't care what you say. I've got to see Josh Reed one last time. It could be the last time. He could transfer.
And maybe it is time to end the show on that note.
At least it's not on Tuesday, so I want to.
If we've entered the Josh Reed love discussion,
it's probably time to go.
Yep.
Probably time to go. Thanks, Keegan. I hope you get out safe.
I won't.
Can you believe Justin's just tweeting right in his face right now, right off camera? He's just pumping out content and information right in his face.
Could have told him what time the game was.
He could have. No, he stole it. Posted it on Twitter while Keegan was slaving away. Work, boy. Work.
Did you see what the last comments?
He just shot another air ball.
Yes, Brad Smith. Iowa State did have the best fans at the tournament, and it wasn't particularly close.
That fan base loves that tournament.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this a little bit, but all the complaining about Kansas City is
Stupid.
is weak. It's a good town.
It's awesome.
I don't know. I've only been once, but we had a great time. Bob seemed to have fun.
I get the gripes against the airport, but it's a doable drive at the end of the day.
It's
For me,
better
it's
with a
that-
crew. Tough with one person, 35 miles at a time.
Yeah.
For me, it's that godforsaken NFL team and all of their billions of fans at this point. Thanks, Taylor.
How long did it take to get home 35 miles at a time, Keegan?
A fortnight.
A fortnight.
Yeah.
You're still on the road. This is what's actually happening. Is he's actually somewhere like, I don't know.
I stopped and knocked on someone's door in Effingham, Illinois.
Yeah. Effingham,
Well,
Illinois.
You see, Chad, he started with a paperclip and he's been trading up ever since.
Now I have a 1-bedroom house.
Where you podcast at the end of the bed.
With no windows.
I knocked on the door and I said, quick, I have to watch the NIT selection show. And they rushed me on in and sat.
Oh, man. All right. I think we've had enough. I appreciate you knuckleheads for hanging out with us. There's a lot of you still here. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
We'll be back tomorrow night for the BBP. That should be, I'm sure Brent will have a complete data analysis of San Francisco by then. So
Without a question.
That's exciting. That's exciting to look forward to. And full content the rest of the week. I guess a live nightcap at 1 a.m. Thursday morning. Set your alarm clocks. What's that?
Preview coming tomorrow.
Preview coming tomorrow. Spring ball on Tuesday.
And Thursday.
Basketball on Wednesday. Probably spring ball Thursday. Scrimmage Saturday. Basketball maybe Sunday.
At 1 a.m.
I mean, you think like we get to the end of the season, the content slows down a little. No, there's actually more now than there's ever been.
Give it
Whatever
a couple weeks. We're a couple weeks away.
That's what
In July. In July, it'll be the exact opposite of this, where we're trying to
Sure.
figure out what the fuck we're going to talk about on nightcaps.
We've also been going since August, and I'm saying you get to the end and you're like, all right, we can kind of like, nope, we're gonna keep rolling. Keegan looks tired. Keegan, are you sleepy?
Yes.
You want us to let you go to bed?
You end this podcast whenever you want to end this podcast.
That's the nightcap, brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken, right here on BearcatJournal.com.
Night.